Hey, it is 7. So I was at a meeting the other day and it was a full room. There were probably like 30 people crammed into this little office space like sardines. I don't usually do this, but at this particular time, I look at everyone in the entire room and notice I'm the only colored person in here. I stuck out like a sore thumb. And then I got a bit of anxiety thinking if anyone noticed it. So I was born in the Philippines and moved to Canada when I was 9 to a small rural city. It was definitely a big change. I, for one, have never seen a white person in my life. They looked different, but being a kid, I didn't think much of it. Overall, the people around me were very nice and I never really felt excluded. It was more so internal, and I felt a bit of self-hate because I stuck out. I had tan skin and my eyes and nose looked different. I didn't want to stick out. I just wanted to fit in. I was totally embarrassed of my culture because it was so exotic compared to my classmates, so I didn't invite anyone over to my house. I even felt embarrassed of my parents sometimes because they couldn't speak English very well. Now that I think back on it, I appreciate them even more for giving me an opportunity to live here in the West. So I feel kind of crappy about taking what I had for granted. Now, this was over 20 years ago, so it was definitely a different time to live in. From a young age, I'm pretty certain that I developed internal self-racism. That's totally not the term for it, but I think that you get the idea. But it goes to show you that sometimes even if white people are nice and welcoming to you, the problem lies within. Thankfully today it isn't much of an issue as every culture is pretty celebrated now. Even in my little old rural city, representation is important as a way to bring people together, but I do disagree when it is misused. Let's see, for example, if a movie is a timepiece and the story is set in England in the 1800s and the cast is predominantly non-white, that just doesn't make sense to me. I feel like every race and culture should have a chance to be represented, as everyone brings something different to the table. However, sincerity is also important when portraying them. And I'll leave with that and have my coffee because it is 7. Have a good day and take care.